Once you get up close, the Multihull Centre yard is a real treasure trove. Every boat on site has its own thing going on. So back in December we took a stroll about. Matt Theobald, our yard manager, effectively grew up here, and Brendan Seward, our project manager, did his work placement from uni with us, then came back as he loved the work and the sailing so much. Between them they know pretty much everything there is to know about multi-hulls. So join us for a relaxed walk and chat about the boats. In part 1 we start on the pontoons. It's winter, so there aren't many boats there, but there still seems to be plenty to say. Hello, Brendan and Matt.
Hi, Oriel.
Morning.
Doing a quick walk around the yard and our other facilities and show a few boats and what they're doing here, why they're here.
So we're starting down at the end of the pontoon here, and this is...
Does Richard Wood's design scooter. Power Cats, built locally. Probably the most used boat we have here. It's in and out pretty much every time the tide's in, it's out.
Okay, good. Shall we wander on?
The next thing.
What is that?
It's actually
A Firebird.
Ah. Oh, Matt, I hear you have become a new... you've become a multiple boat owner. You're joining the multiple boat club.
It's got to be done. Yes, might be purchasing part of a Firebird.
That's really good news. It'll get really well used.
Brilliant boats.
Yeah.
So this is a Firebird. Firebird hulls. I believe it was built in Greek with the rest of them and used kind of safety boat purposes around the river.
Okay, and what's it doing here then?
Mostly for storage, but it's had a few little odd jobs done. A couple of reinforcements and a little bit of engine work.
Okay. Buska.
We recently sold her on the brokerage. She's looking really good. The new owners put a lot of work and effort into making it look really smart. And she's sort of on the pontoon, ready to move to her new home, really.
She's looking smart. What's this, a little westerly?
The Multihull is a westerly, centaur.
Yeah. That's my dad's first proper sailing boat when I was little. We used to go back and forth across Biscay on one of them from the age of 7.
Dad considered buying one of those and I almost refused to go sailing.
I didn't know any better. That was my summer holidays. Every year was sailing back and So, Matt, effectively, you grew up at the yard here, didn't you?
Yes, pretty much, yeah.
And so you're part of the Multihull Centre history, and so is Star, isn't it?
Yes, Star is, she's must be over 20, must be nearer 30 years old now. Originally designed and built here, original Pat Paston boat, and he sailed it all the way to New Zealand. It was then brought back, sailed again by his son Pip for quite a few years, and now it's just been sold to another one of our customers for life number 3.
Excellent, and it's great that it's staying around here for the time being, at least, until they sail off.
Yeah. Fantastic liveaboard boat, good sailor.
Yeah, certainly proven itself.
Yeah.
And a windrider trimaran, newly acquired by the owner of Star.
Do you know why she's called in bits?
Because it came in bits.
Yeah. She's an Oceanic 30.
One of our boat builders had an Amazon 28, didn't they?
That's 26.
Oh, that's 26.
I think we sold an Amazon 28.
Yeah, she's in Guernsey.
Yeah.
I saw her last time in Guernsey. She's called in bits because when about 3 owners ago, he got hold of the boat and it was basically a shell and lots of boxes of bits. So he called it in bits and over a few years put it together into this.
Right.
We sold it on the brokerage a couple of years ago and she's just waiting for a weather window now to go to her new home. Well, you've got the most stories about this one.
Yeah.
I think most people have seen and heard the stories about this one over the time. Mike Butterfield, very well-known character, multi-hull sailor, supporter of Dazcats. This is the 3rd one that he owned. Very sadly passed away earlier this year, and the boat due to the pandemic, has just been sitting on its mooring. I think the last race Dazzler did was the 2019 Cows Dinar San Malo race. We saw it out there, but hasn't really been used since then, so she's back at the yard for a bit of a hug. More on Dazzler later. You want to add anything, Matt? Matt sailed her back down from the handball.
Yeah, so she's been sat on a mooring for about 2 years. We got her running, both engines running, got the electrics working, and gently brought her back to Millbrook. Again, ready for her next lease of life.
Yeah. And did she sail nicely?
Considering the bottom's not exactly clean, we did get some breeze and we did have some nice sailing.
Great.
So next boat stars on it, Dazcat Media. It's again done an awful lot of miles in its most recent owner, including Matt doing round Britain on her a couple of years ago, and the Fastnet.
Fastnet, yep.
And next year I'll be doing round Britain on her as well, so it's going to be a multiple round Britain boat. And,
having spent its first 20 years just being a cruising
boat,
straight cruising boat,
general cruising.
In old age has suddenly discovered.
Yeah, I mean the previous owner did loads of cruising, and so did the owner before that. So yeah, third owner again, but again done multiple, probably thousands of miles cruising, and again now doing thousands of miles racing, and still cruising with the family as well. So it's doing its job, doing both things that we try to build them for. So.
Mm-hmm.
And still a competitive boat. 20 years later, she can still win races with the right weather.
Yep.
And the right crew, Brendan.
Brendan, because it came pretty close in the last RBI, actually, didn't it? They were,
We tried hard.
Yeah.
It was only really the last.
Hard, we got scared. So yeah, it's all down to you now.
See what it brings. First owner was the editor of.
Second owner.
Was that the second owner? Okay.
It was
Mike Sills first owner. James Jermaine second.
Right. Okay. Second owner. So he was the editor of Yachting Monthly. And down there on the pontoon.
Dazcat 1, D1 as we're calling it now. And we've just put it back in the water after some repairs from the last time we went sailing. And we're going to try and do a bit of sailing over Christmas and give her a bit of a shakedown, ready for next season, where I'm sure you'll see her do a few more races and things. And I think Darren's already planned some races in and got some people sorted. So yeah, should see some more of her next year.
Looking forward to it.